This is the Louie T Network.
Of the world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
Louie T verse the world. Come get some.
I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Who else could it be? Me, your man, Louie T. Welcome. You are here in the lab room. Your man Louie T breaking down his picks for week number 3 in the National Football League. Should have done this last night. Was supposed to do this last night on Louie T Live, but I had such a good time ridiculing and laughing and pointing my little finger at all the people that sent me their picks and weren't able to get double-digit wins. Man, I had a blast. So much so that I forgot to give out my damn picks for week 3. So I had a little bit too much fun at the expense of those who thought that they could step up to the challenge and get it done and couldn't. And if you want to step up to the challenge, you want to send me your picks, you think you can get double-digit wins, you think you can do better than me, Louie T, send me your picks. The way to do that, simply find my YouTube page, Louie T Network. And if you haven't already done so, shame on you, subscribe to the channel. But in the event that you have, just go to my YouTube channel, and at the top, there's going to be a number of different tabs. Click on the one that says discussion. Use the comment section. Leave me your picks. If you want to also use another route, go to my Facebook page. In the lab room is the Facebook page. And click on where it says play the game. You click on that tab, it will take you straight to my YouTube discussion page where you will then leave your picks. So you have multiple ways to do this. It's gonna take you to the same place. Doesn't matter. If you wanna step up to the challenge, by all means. 13 stepped up to the challenge. Only 2 were able to get double-digit wins last week. So I'm not saying, I'm just saying that only 1 was actually better than your man Louie T. And I'm gonna avenge that this week with these picks that I'm about to give you. So if you want to step up to the challenge, by all means. And then I read off the picks on Wednesday night on the Louie T Live program, and it's a lot of fun, so come and join me for that on Wednesday nights as well. But let's get to what I came to do here today, which is give out my picks. And we start with Thursday Night Football. New England Patriots at home hosting the Houston Texans. No Brady, no Jimmy Garoppolo, which leaves the New England Patriots with Jacoby Brissett. Now, I'm sick and tired. I'm actually exhausted going up against Bill Belichick, okay? When I doubt Bill, this one Bill pulls another magic rabbit out of his hat and I lose another football game. And at this point, I'm actually exhausted, okay? However, I wasn't impressed with what I saw in Jacoby Brissett, and he's a rookie. I shouldn't be impressed with him. And look, I get it. Granted, they were up 31-3 when they essentially took their foot off the gas pedal and almost allowed the Dolphins back in the football game. But now they've had a chance, and they didn't know that was going to happen. They didn't plan for Jacoby Brissett to get in the game. Jimmy Garoppolo got injured. They've had a couple of days to put together a game plan that suits him best. It's going to give him the best opportunity to succeed. And oh, by the way, you get Gronk back tonight. I wrestled back and forth with this, but I've been riding with the Texans all season long. And the Patriots can't possibly run the table without Brady. They can't, because if they win this one, they're going to win all 4 games without Brady. They can't win all 4 of them. They got to lose at least one. Here's the one that they're going to lose. Give me the Texans on the road to go in there, fluster the young fella, force him into some mistakes. And I don't know offensively if they're going to figure it out tonight or not. I know they're going to do enough to find a way to win. Give me the Texans on the road to beat the New England Patriots. We go to the Sunday slate of games. Arizona at Buffalo. Buffalo fires their offensive coordinator, and so maybe they get a spark there. But I stuck my neck out on the line for the Bills last week. Got my head chopped off. I'm not doing it again. The Cardinals go on the road for the first time this season. Let's see how they do. I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals in that football game. Denver at Cincinnati. Look, Cincinnati not the same team they once were, okay? I don't think they have the depth that they've had over the last 3 or 4 seasons, but they're still good enough to win at home. It's still a tough place to play in the jungle. In the Denver Broncos, even though you don't want to have offensive line issues against that team, we saw what happens when you have some issues up front. Last week, Von Miller having 3 sacks, including a strip sack, forced fumble to wrap that game up. However, Cincinnati's at home, and they almost beat that same Denver Broncos team in Denver last year. If they had Andy Dalton, they would have. Give me Cincinnati at home to protect the house. You go to Detroit and Green Bay Packers. A little salty after losing versus the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Lions showed me their colors last week. Had a chance to go to 2-0 at home versus the Titans. Laid a big fat egg. I'm not messing around with Detroit. They played well against Green Bay last year. That was last year. This is this year. Give me the Green Bay Packers to go home in their home opener and get it done. Oakland at Tennessee. The Oakland Raiders taking on the Tennessee Titans. This is a really good matchup because it's contrasting styles. Raiders don't play a lick of defense and score a bunch of points. Titans don't give up a bunch of points, play a bunch of defense, but don't score a lot of points. Something's got to give. Titans run the football really well. Raiders fail to stop the run. I think that's going to allow the Titans to win time of possession and stop the Raiders from doing the one thing that they want to do, which is put their offense on the football field. I'm taking the Titans in this one to play some defense, stifle that Raiders offense, and more importantly, run the football, control time of possession, win that game. Give me the Titans at home. Cleveland at Miami. Cody Kessler starting for the Cleveland Browns. We've played 3 games, or we're going into week 3, and the Browns have played 3 different quarterbacks. Translation, give me the Dolphins at home in their home opener to beat the Cleveland Browns. Watch the Redskins at the New York Football Giants. I'm at my last stand with my boys. This is it. I picked them in week 1, they lost. I picked them in week 2, they lost. This is it for me, man. If I can't get it done this week, I'm not saying I'm not picking them anymore, but when it's a tough one, I'm going to go on air on the side of caution after this one if they can't prove me right. I think this is one that everybody has the Giants winning, and you should. But this is the one where my boys jump up and bite you right in your ass. Kirk Cousins is about to show what he was a season ago, and he's about to show that he's the real deal in this football game. Don't ask me how my defense fares. I just know offensively we're going to score enough points to find a way to win. On the road, backs up against the wall. We got to have it. We're going to go get it in the Meadowlands. Give me my Redskins one more time. Minnesota at Carolina. This is an intriguing football game for a number of different reasons. No Adrian Peterson, we already know that. But I'm not sold on this year's version of Carolina. They're giving up points. They're not the same team defensively. We know this already, okay? Now the offense is still scoring points, which makes me think that they should be able to handle business. When's the last time the Panthers lost at home? I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't remember. It's been a while though. But if somebody was going to come in their house and disrespect them, it's going to be a team like Minnesota, one that can play some defense, stop that Panthers explosive offense from putting up a bunch of points, and in the process, do a little bit of scoring themselves on a very suspect Panthers defense. They couldn't stop the run in week 1. 49ers not all that great at running the football. This Vikings team not all that great at running the football. But what the Vikings can do is exploit that offense, that secondary with a guy like Stephon Diggs, with a quarterback like Sam Bradford. Now, if they can't protect and Carolina can get pressure, this could turn ugly for the Vikings. But if they can protect long enough, Sam Bradford can and will have his way with this Panthers defense, I think. And because of that, because I think that Vikings defense is that good, to me, they're the new Panthers defense. Give me the Minnesota Vikings on the road to go beat the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I said it. Baltimore Ravens at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Ravens looked really sketchy last week, and I know it was family business. So those kind of things happen when you're toggling and juggling with a family member. I get it. I understand. When you jostle with family, anything happens, anything goes. But at some point, the Jaguars are going to win a game, right? And I said, look, nobody's expecting them to win anything. All the expectations have been removed from this Jaguars team after their 0-2 start. And so now, after getting blown out on the road versus San Diego, I think everybody's down on the Jags, and this is when they jump up and say, hey, we not dead yet, man. And so this is the week where the Jacksonville Jaguars actually get a W. They may not get a bunch of them this year, but I think they have an opportunity against a Baltimore Ravens team that I still think is trying to find out who they really are, because I don't know if they really have an identity or not. Give me Jacksonville at home to win this football game. San Francisco at the Seattle Seahawks. Look, I don't know what the hell's going on in Seattle. Frankly, I don't care. Bottom line is, they're better than the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to find a way to score 13 points or whatever the hell it is they're going to score to find a way to win. Whether it's 13-10, 10-9, they're going to find a way to beat the San Francisco 49ers. Give me Seattle at home to take care of business. Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers embarrassed themselves last week. And it's okay, it happens to young football teams. Look, the Los Angeles Rams still haven't scored a touchdown all season long. I don't know if that changes in Tampa or not. I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can score more than 9 points, and they will in this football game. And they're going to find a way to score enough points to win, whether it be 10, 14, or 20. Either way, I don't know if Los Angeles can keep up scoring-wise. They haven't scored a touchdown all season long. Don't know if that changes in this game. Give me Tampa Bay to protect the crib. San Diego at Indianapolis. The San Diego Chargers have played well the first 2 weeks of the season. Really should be 2-0 right now, to be honest with you. But they blew an opportunity in week 1, came back in their home opener, and opened up a can of whoop ass on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Indianapolis Colts, on the other hand, they easily could have been 2-0. Probably should have been 1-1. But in all actuality, they're 0-2. So what do they need to do? They need to find a way to win a ball game. Just win one and they'll be fine. And I think they can do that at home versus San Diego. It's not going to be easy. Phillip Rivers playing some damn good football, and they're running the ball. Offensively, they're doing some good things. Defensively, they're doing some good things. I still think, though, Indianapolis finds a way to get it done. They looked a lot better, even though they got a bunch of injuries. Give me the Indianapolis Colts to find a way to win that football game and get their first win of the season. Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs at home hosting the New York Jets. The Jets, to me, have surprised me yet again. I thought they were going to be a lot worse than they have been this season. They're scoring points, and they should be 2-0 right now. They blew it at home in Week 1 versus Cincinnati, and they went on the road and beat the Bills, a team that had owned them the past 2.5 seasons. So now I'm starting to kind of retract and retrace my steps with this Jets football team. But I still look at Kansas City and I say, you're a tough, physical team. You don't make a bunch of mistakes, even though you did last week and that cost you the game on the road versus the Texans. I expect them to bounce back at the crib, find a way to fluster Ryan Fitzpatrick, who hasn't really turned the football over this season as much as I thought he would at this point. Expect them to find a way to generate some pressure on him, force him to do some stuff that he's not comfortable with doing, and also in the process stopping Matt Forte, which I think is going to be vital if you want to beat the Jets. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at home to protect the house and get a win over the Jets. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz has looked damn good, and because of his play, they started the season 2-0. A lot of hysteria going on in Philadelphia right now. You probably found your quarterback of the future, and that's great. And I'm glad that you have. It's always a lot funner when everybody's got their quarterback situation squared away. I don't want to hear any excuses when we smack you around. So it's good to see the Eagles have found their man. That being said, you beat the Bears and you beat the Browns in 2 weeks. I'm not impressed. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not impressed. Beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then you got my attention. Can you do that? We're going to find out. I don't think you can. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Chicago Bears, the Bears, at Dallas on Sunday Night Football. No Jay Cutler. It didn't matter if he was playing or not. I was taking the Dallas Cowboys anyway. Bears have looked very disappointing in their first 2 weeks, and I think it's going to get a little bit worse because now we make fun of Jay Cutler, but he's much better than Billy Ho, who's going to now have to start for the Bears for the next couple of weeks to a month. Give me the Cowboys to find a way to win that game and go to 2-1 on the season. And finally, Monday Night Football, Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, NFC South family business. If these two teams said they ain't did it, then they ain't did it. But if they did, that's family business. Check this out. The Saints are 0-2. They could easily be 2-0 on the season. They score points. They didn't score them last week. But the Falcons don't play that great a defense, okay? So here's an opportunity, if you're the Saints, to get off the schneid. They play really good, and they do this every year. When they get a Monday night game at the crib, they get juiced up and they find a way to win. And when it's Atlanta, they always play back that block punt, and they always go back into time. And so you know they're going to have a little bit more added oomph and energy at the crib. So you already know what this is. It's the Saints getting it done at home versus the Atlanta Falcons. Julio Jones, is he going to play? Isn't he going to play? He's going to play. How effective will he be? Will he be able to last the entire game? Who knows? I know this much. The Saints are going to find a way to outscore the Falcons in this game and win and get their first victory of the season. Those are my Week 3 picks. What are your picks? If you haven't already sent your picks to my discussion page on YouTube, what are you waiting on, man? Go ahead. Let your voice be heard. If you think you're good, show me. Don't tell me, show me. All right? So that's going to do it for your man, Louie T. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the L.A.B. Come back and join me as I continue to break down everything and everything in the National Football League. You know I'm going to be back Thursday Night Football overtime. You know where to find me, man. Don't act like you don't know. I'll see you a little bit later on, man. Have a good one. Enjoy the football.